Over the past 4 seasons, Steve Martin has led the ensemble cast of popular and critically acclaimed streaming TV series, Only Murders in the Building. The comedy legend has earned a slew of accolades for his work on the show, including 3 Emmy nominations. But do you know how Steve Martin became such a legend in the comedy game? I'm Scott T. Sterling, and this is the RHINO Report. Steve Martin became an American icon the old-fashioned way. Years and years of hard work. Starting as a writer on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour TV show, he, along with the other writers on the show, won his first Emmy Award in 1969 at the age of 23. We're looking back at how the comic became such a pioneer with 4 fun facts about Steve Martin. Number 1, Saturday Night Live helped make him a star. While he was never a cast member, Steve Martin was a major player in the early years of the long-running late-night sketch comedy show. Hosting the show a staggering 16 times, SNL is where Martin honed some of his most popular routines, including The Wild and Crazy Guys with Dan Aykroyd and the song King Tut. Number 2, by the mid-1970s, Steve Martin's comedy shows packed huge venues around the country. It's hard to explain just how big of a phenomenon Martin became by the mid-70s. Thanks in large part to his SNL appearances, his act, which found Martin wearing his signature all-white suit, and utilizing such props as bunny ears, an arrow through the head, and his ever-present banjo, went from theaters to much larger concert venues, among them Red Rocks in Colorado and Pine Knob in Detroit, events where he was received like a bona fide rock star. Question: did you ever see Steve Martin perform live? Tell us all about it in the comments below. Number 3, his comedy albums were major events. Martin's rock star status translated to his recording career, with his debut comedy album from 1977, Let's Get Small, selling over 1 million copies and hitting number 10 on the Billboard 200. 1978 was also the year he released his second comedic LP, A Wild and Crazy Guy. This one sold over 2 million copies, reached number 2 on the Billboard 200, and also won Best Comedy Album at the Grammys. Number 4, he had a top 20 hit in 1978 with King Tut. Martin's A Wild and Crazy Guy album featured the music single King Tut. Developed out of an elaborate skit on Saturday Night Live, the novelty song about the Egyptian pharaoh climbed all the way to number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100 over the week of August 12, 1978. Martin's backing band on the track, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. It was a likely pairing, as Martin and the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band were old friends. During the mid-70s, the comedian moved to Aspen, Colorado to be closer to the members of the group and their manager, Bill McEwen, who in turn introduced him to an inspiring and eclectic scene of musicians, painters, and like-minded artists. RHINO Records is proud to celebrate Steve Martin's recording career with the new retrospective collection, Steve in a Box. The set includes all 4 of Martin's comedy LPs. Let's Get Small, A Wild and Crazy Guy, Comedy Is Not Pretty, and The Steve Martin Brothers. The recordings highlight his unique style of absurdist humor, physical comedy, and of course, his stellar skills playing the banjo. The record, which featured the famous "Excuse me" routine, went on to win Best Comedy Album at the Grammys in 1978. Steve Martin's Steve in a Box is set for release on November 15th and is available for pre-order right now at rhino.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the RHINO channel for more music news and, of course, the RHINO Report.